Robert Pope.
Present.
Bill Holland.
Present.
Greg Zuzan.
Present.
Don Loudon. Jason Puckett.
Present.
Whose microphone? Is it that one? Staticky? Okay, next is the Avon Youth Sports Coach of the Year.
Good evening. Justin Thompson, Sports Director for Avon Youth Sports. The Avon Youth Sports Coach of the Year Award is a huge honor. This year, we received votes of over 60 different coaches out of 900 plus volunteers. So 900 plus volunteers, 60 different coaches, but we can only pick one winner. Our winner this year is a leader with over 20 years of coaching experience. This person always goes above and beyond. Someone who not only teaches the game, but also teaches life lessons along the way. This award honors a coach who inspires young athletes to work hard, believe in themselves, and play with heart. In youth sports, great coaching isn't as much about wins and losses as it is about shaping character, building confidence, and creating a love for the game that lasts a lifetime. Our 2025 Coach of the Year has shown patience, passion, and dedication, bringing out the best in every player while reminding us all what true sportsmanship looks like. This coach makes Avon a stronger community because of who she is and what she continues to do for our youth through sports. Please join me in congratulating our 2025 Coach of the Year, Tiffany Green. We've got a slideshow here that we're going to watch of Tiffany real quick.
Okay.
Ooh, those are some memories right there. It's pretty humbling to be here. Thank you all. I think as a coach, something that any coach can relate to is constantly evaluating, assessing, wanting to tweak things. What went well? What do we change? What do we shift? So I think in that vein, it's kind of hard to be here, I guess, because you know there's always more, right? There's always something you want to do next season and something you want to grow and something that you're working towards. I also know there are so many people in this community that also know it's not about your record and it's not about being that one championship team, that it's about all the little moments in between. I know this because I've coached with them. I've learned from them. I've coached against them. I've watched some of them coach my own kid, like Justin here a few years ago. So it's pretty humbling to be the one that gets to stand here and feel the gratitude and also try to give pieces of that back too. So thank you.
Thank you.
Dawn, would you mind if we do a quick break and snap photos really quick?
We'll go ahead and take a quick break and we'll be back. We'll go ahead and call the meeting back to order and move on with the agenda. Next is the consent agenda. No discussion. We'll entertain a motion.
Make a motion that we approve the consent agenda, which contains the check register for November 20th, work session memo for November 6th, the approval of minutes for November 6th meeting as presented.
Thank you. Julie, roll call, please.
Robert Pope,
4.
Bill Holland, Greg Zuzen, Don Loudon,
4.
Jason Puckett.
4.
And next is the first of 2 public comment sessions. The public may come forward and may comment on an agenda item that is not part of a public hearing or on a specific matter within the council's jurisdiction. If you do come forward, make sure that the microphone green light is on and state your name and address.
Good evening. My name is Dave Cox. I live here in Avon, 7839 Red Sunset Way. I'm here tonight representing the Henry County Council. I'm presently vice president, and I'm in District 1, which is predominantly Avon area. I'll apologize in advance for those that don't know me. I had cancer and I had throat cancer, so sometimes I'm hard to understand, but I'll work through that. Not that I've talked too much. But this year at the annual Association of Indiana Counties, they gave Hendricks County an award for the Youth Assistance Program. And part of that is the fact that there's 7 governmental entities that are in cooperation in the county. That being the Juvenile Court, the County Commissioners, County Council, Town of Avon, Avon School Corporation, Town of Plainfield, and Plainfield School Corporation. So getting a couple of governmental entities to work together is hard enough, but getting 7 has been a chore. The program is running strong in both those entities. We're in negotiations and talking to the rest of the school corporations in the county. We're trying to make this a county-wide program. We presently are funding, the county is funding 5 employees connected to this, between the director, 2 advocates at Avon, and 2 advocates at Plainfield. And the other day, the juvenile judge told me that the program, he feels pretty strongly that the program has directly reduced referrals to juvenile court by almost 30%. 5% would have been fantastic. 30% is almost unheard of. And so it's the volunteers connected to both those schools are doing a fantastic job. And we hope that it continues to grow and does good, because you just can't put a dollar amount. If we save 1 kid, how can you put a dollar amount for that? So, and apparently we're doing a good job of saving several. So with that in mind, the county has authorized me to give a copy of the award that the county received to each of those other entities. So I'm here to present your copy tonight.
Thank you, Dave. Appreciate that. Moving on to council comment and liaison report. Yes, go ahead.
Sorry, I wore the pants today, so I have to talk about it. Shelby Pride, Parks and Recreation Director for the town of Avon. I am super excited that I'm wearing these candy stripe retro pants. If you can see them online, there you go. They're actually the buttons that button all the way down. I wanted to talk about this because they are our winter fundraiser for sports, and you can order your own or youth sizes before Christmas at avonindiana.gov/sports. Thank you.
Anyone else? Who can follow that, right? Okay, council comment and liaison reports. We'll go ahead and start on your end, Bill. Greg?
Say kudos to Steve Moore and his team on the opening up the roundabout at Angelina Way and 900 South. Got it under budget and then opened it sooner than what we thought it would be. So good job, Steve.
Jason?
Nothing new for me tonight, but I do want to congratulate Avon marching black and gold for another national victory, racking them up.
Nothing for me tonight.
I had a busy week. We had the public policy meeting out at the state fairgrounds. That's where the town managers of Danville, Avon, and Plainfield get together and talk about their opportunities that they have to work with each other in developing our county. And Greg and Bill and I were there to support Ryan that day. And it was a good turnout. Also attended the police merit board meeting, which is where some promotions took place and also some officer recognitions for good policing, good service to the community. Also attended the roundabout ribbon cutting last night, and like Greg said, kudos to getting that opened. I've read comments online and they all seem to be very positive. People are glad to see that open, and I'm sure Costco's glad to see it open right before Black Friday. And then lastly, attended the Giving Back event yesterday and had fun. Wasn't too cold out there, and a lot. Let's see, what did we end up with? 4 trucks and a police vehicle full.
1.5 tons worth of food was
1.5
donated.
tons of food went to the Mary Lee Meyer pantry. So that's it for me. New business, the 2026 insurance renewal.
Yeah, I'm going to do this tonight. Jeff from Highland wasn't able to attend. He had another meeting, and I know we mostly talked about this at our work session at the November 6th meeting. So again, as reported, you do have the actual full renewal in front of you guys. Jeff had reported at the work session that we were expecting a substantial increase. You can see that now in front of you. Again, most of that increase is in our property and casualty. I am happy to report that we had a total payroll increase of 12%, but our workers' comp actually went down almost $30,000. So we're doing really well on the workers' comp front. So that was a positive. Again, not great on our liability. As I discussed at the work session, the municipal market has become very challenging. We're hearing from other towns that they're having 75, 60% renewals. We are about a 25% increase in terms of our renewal. Our cyber stayed flat, so really it was all property and casualty is where our premium increase came. I did provide all of you a copy of hopefully a spreadsheet that showed what we budgeted. And I know, Jason, you asked me this at the work session. The 2026 budget, we budgeted $475,000. So it is sufficient to cover what our premium is this year, but we actually pay our premium. We'll pay our premium before the end of the year. So it actually comes out of this year's budget. So we will be probably pretty tight next year. Certainly if we get another big increase like this, hopefully we don't, but we'll see how that works out. And so I did show you guys what's available. We did originally budget in 2025, $355,000. We already have spent a little bit of that money. As we add new vehicles, we do get some charges. And then every year when we do workers' comp, they actually audit our actual payroll to make sure how it compares to the estimate that they give. And so we had some increases in our payroll that didn't catch. And so we had a little bit there. So we have $329,000 left. So we're about $140,000 short in terms of what we need to cover. Just to give you guys a peace of mind, I think we've shared some of these things with you already this year. We do have some substantial savings in the 2025 budget, and so I'm not concerned about our ability to cover the premium cost. The particular areas, if you guys recall, on our AIM Medical Trust and our health insurance, in November, we had an insurance holiday, which was benefit to the employees and to the town. The town saved about $104,000 on premiums in November. We also, if you remember, back when we did the 2024 budget for 2025, we weren't sure where we would be at on moving into the new Civic Center. We know that got delayed a few months, but we did budget about $150,000 for maintenance and things for the new Civic Center. That won't be spent this year. As you guys are aware as well, the police department has had some underspending due to some of their staffing. And we also have some food and beverage underspending. So again, I'm comfortable that we have sufficient funds to be able to cover the renewal. I'm happy to answer any questions. Again, this is something that I know it's frustrating to you guys when you guys kind of see it at the end of the year. My staff and I live it month to month. It's a lot of work to get to this point. Dan does a great job on our risk management side to try to prevent us from getting into situations where we do have losses that drive this up. And again, I know it's not a great renewal, but from what we're hearing out in the market, it's better than what a lot of other communities are doing. So I'm happy to answer any questions.
If no questions or discussion, then we'll entertain a motion.
I have a question. Did we look at increasing our deductible that would maybe offset the increase in premium?
We did. We look at that every year. It did not make a substantial difference, and it would actually increase what we have to pay on the front end. So we didn't propose making that change. I know one of the things that Highland recommended to us was to create a better vehicle kind of management process when we get in accidents to try to prevent claims from getting into Highland in the first place, where we may make some decisions about if it's $5,000 or less, the town's just going to fix it. We're actually not going to turn them in. So I think I've asked Dan for some help in partnering with Highland to kind of work to draft a policy like that. So you guys may see that through the year. But I think, Greg, that's more to your point of we may just not even file claims, try to avoid it, or we may try to avoid filing claims into Highland if somebody else is at fault. And so a lot of times we do that to protect ourselves because then Highland has to go subrogate it. But on our Highland side of the equation, it still looks like a loss until they get the payback from the other person's insurance company. So we may look at some different ways to manage that to help that as well, because that is one of the areas our auto has gone up pretty substantially. So we're trying to work on other ways to address it.
And then my last comment is travelers didn't want to, I guess, insure our dam because we didn't have an emergency action plan. So do we have that on our things to do list?
We've already started discussion on that. So there's two different things. And so we're going to try to get a clarification from travelers. IDEM has what they call an emergency action plan, which is very expensive to do. We don't know if that's actually technically, we're not actually even required by IDEM to do that. They recommend it, but it's not a requirement of our dam permit. So we don't know if that's what they mean, or if travelers just wants us to have a plan in place. And if it's just a plan, kind of like our continuity of operations, we could create an internal plan. So we're going to try to get some clarification on that. We're going to work with our engineers who do our dam inspections, and we're going to try to, within the next 6 months, figure out if we can meet that to see if travelers would actually bid or not next year. And if he didn't mention it in here, but he sent an email. He also shopped us to Trident, and Trident said they wanted to pass as well. So there were two other companies basically that passed on our providing us coverage. So.
Questions or discussion anymore?
Make a motion that we approve the 2026 insurance renewal plan as presented.
Thank you. Julie, roll call, please.
Don Loudon,
4.
Bill Holland, Jason Puckett,
4.
Greg Zuzen,
4.
Robert Pope,
4.
Okay, resolution 2025-32, adopting the 2026 meeting schedule.
Yeah, every year the town council, as a goal, establishes their meeting schedule just so we can be transparent about when we plan to meet and when we hold our meetings. So we do this every year. This is your normal meeting schedule. So we would meet on the 2nd and 4th Thursday of every month. In November and December, because of the holidays, we would meet on the 1st and 3rd. And then I have proposed to continue. We always try to have a work session at the first meeting of the month, so you'll see that reflected in the meeting schedule as well. I'm happy to answer any questions.
No questions. We'll entertain a motion.
I make a motion to approve resolution 2025-32, the 2026 town council meeting schedule as presented.
Second.
Julie?
Robert Pope,
4.
Bill Holland. Jason Puckett,
4.
Don Loudon,
4.
Greg Zuzen.
4.
Next is the final reading on ordinance 2025-28, amending the stop street and speed limit designations.
Yeah, you guys will recall we introduced this at the last meeting. This was adding a stop sign in Pine Tree Estates as the stop component of the ordinance. And then there's several speed limit designations that were recommended by the Public Works Department. Again, these reductions in speed are based on traffic studies. They're not just randomly done. The traffic study has to support. Typically, the recommendations on the speeds are at 85th percentiles of what people are traveling. Most of these areas are areas that in the past were maybe more rural, and they've now had development that has occurred around them. So we're reducing speed limits. We do recommend approval, and we're happy to answer your questions.
No questions. We'll entertain a motion.
I move we adopt ordinance 2025-28, amending the stop street and speed limit designation as presented.
Second.
Thank you, Julie.
Don Loudon,
4.
Robert Pope,
4.
Greg Zuzen,
4.
Bill Holland, Jason Puckett.
4.
Next is the final reading of 2025-29, the written commitment modification for reserve at Shiloh Creek, Section 2.
Thank you, Linda Albrand, Planning Director. This is for a 27-acre piece of property on County Road 1050 East, south of County Road 100 North, that will be known as the Reserve at Shiloh Creek, Section 2. Section 1 was done several years ago. This has a pending super voluntary annexation to come into Avon. It was rezoned under the county jurisdiction with several commitments. Petitioner seeking to amend some of those commitments. I will just touch on them quickly. They will be coming in under the R2 standards. They are increasing the size of the homes. They are reducing the square footage of the lots to match the R2 standards. They're reducing the width of the lots to match the R2 standards, and some other minor changes to match our town name instead of Hendricks County. This was heard by the Plan Commission on October 27th, and they recommended 6-0, a favorable recommendation. One last thing I'd like to add is your question, Dawn, from the work session about lighting the road up. I went back and double checked the classification of 1050, which I had incorrect. And so the separation from the two roads, it will meet that separation requirement. So it does not need to acquire additional property. The petitioner's here if you have any questions of him.
Any questions? If not, we'll entertain a motion.
I make a motion we approve ordinance 2025-29 as presented.
Second.
Thank you. Julie, roll call, please.
Jason Puckett,
4.
Don Loudon,
4.
Greg Zuzen,
4.
Bill Holland, Robert Pope.
4.
Okay, next is public hearing and introduction of ordinance 2025-30, which is the 2025 additional appropriations. Ryan, do you want to introduce this before the public hearing?
Yeah, I think that would be good, just so if anyone's here wants to hear what it is before they speak about it. But just a reminder and kind of education for everybody. Additional appropriation is really an additional authorization to spend money. So people's first thought about that may be that means that we overspent our budget and that we need more money because we overspent, when that's not actually the case at all. It could be the case, but that's not what we're presenting to you guys tonight. All of these additional appropriations are revenue sources that we received that we didn't have in the budget. And so we spent the money, and then now we're basically putting the revenue back to cover those expenses. So there's several here. I know there's a spreadsheet in the packet, so I won't necessarily go through all of them, but if the town council has questions about those, I'll give maybe just an example. Our ready reimbursement in our TIF district, that was a grant award we got from the state of Indiana. The town bid a project, and so our contract was with the contractor. We paid that contractor to do the work. Then we had to submit that to the state, and the state paid us back. Well, that makes it look like we spent our budget when we really didn't. The money offset it itself. So this is just reappropriating that money back and allowing the town to spend it on other items. So all of these examples, CCMG is the same way, is the big one in here. That's our grant from the state for our paving. We have to pay the paver, but then we have to make the money available to be able to be spent. So I hope that works as an introduction, and you can open up the public hearing, and then I'm happy to answer any questions of the council.
Okay, we'll go ahead and open the public hearing at 7:33. If someone would like to come forward to the podium, make sure the green light is on and state your name and address. No one coming forward, so we'll go ahead and close the public comment at 7:34 p.m. And we'll go ahead and consider the ordinance introduced. Next is introduction of ordinance 2025-31, which is the 2026 holiday ordinance.
Yeah, this is, again, just an introduction, but every year the town council has to adopt a holiday schedule. There are no revisions to this from last year. We had 13 holidays last year. We're proposing 13 holidays this year. In general, we do follow the federal holiday guidelines. Happy to answer any questions.
Don't see anyone looking like they have a question, so we'll entertain a motion. Oh, I'm sorry, introduction. Next is legal counsel report.
Yes, thank you. We have reached a settlement, a verbal settlement in the McGee condemnation case. And according to the terms of that, we would pay $62,500 for the acquisition of that right away for the project. We have already tendered all but $7,400 of that to the court. And so this additional amount would prevent us from having to go to trial next July. We recommend that you approve the settlement agreement. I would report to you also that the RDC has approved payment because they're the project they're paying for. But you're the party to the lawsuit, and we'd like your approval as well.
Does the motion need to include an amount, just that we agree to the settlement agreement?
Correct. You can just, move to
I'll make a
approve the settlement
motion
agreement.
to approve the settlement agreement with the McGee's as presented.
Second.
Thank you. Julie, roll call, please.
Robert Pope. Don Loudon.
4.
Jason Puckett.
4.
Craig Susan.
Or
Phil Holland.
Next is the second public comment period. If anyone would like to come forward. No one coming forward tonight. We'll close that and move on to council comment.
Have a happy, safe Thanksgiving, everyone.
Thank you. And I wanted to piggyback on what Jason said. Community, I'm very proud of our Avon Black and Gold Marching Band. I believe it's the three-peat for the Band of America Grand Champions. That's amazing. So congratulations. Moving on to council calendar.
Yeah, I did want to thank you, Dawn, for bringing it up, but I did want to, and Julie brought it up as well. I did want to thank all my staff who participated in giving back. I also want to thank everybody in the community. 72 people dropped off things here. Again, 3,000 pounds of food. The Maryland mayor said it was the largest single donation that they've ever received. So again, very grateful to the community, grateful to all my staff. It's great for them to participate in and give back. So thanks to everyone, and Angel, who coordinated it all as well. I know she's not here, but Thank you to Angel as well. And your next meeting is December 4th. So have a great Thanksgiving, everyone.
Meeting's adjourned.